Yeah, I think he wants more calmer wins than the one that we saw against Southampton. I mean, let's be clear. 81 minutes on the clock, Southampton rock bottom of the table, and it looked like they were going to get the better of the Red Devils. And then Diallo steps up with 3 goals in 12 minutes. It was a sensational finish to the game.
It was, and I think it was interesting because Southampton had their chances. There was an opportunity where Onana had a double save within the game as well. Fernandes should have scored, and Manchester United have conceded so many goals on set pieces. It's unbelievable from corners. But I think it wouldn't have surprised me last night if Manchester United hadn't. Anthony has to put that in the back of the net, by the way. It was a terrible miss. But I think it would have surprised me last night just because Manchester United got results against Arsenal, Liverpool and Manchester City. It wouldn't have surprised me if Manchester United didn't drop points last night. I don't know why. I'm not getting carried away. As a team, I follow obviously Manchester United, but I think the way that Manchester United won that game, that's all that really matters. And I think there's times where, like, Ahmad has been on the bench quite a lot under Ruben as well, and he's had to bring him on, but he's been brilliant. I mean, a hat-trick, pressure in. Ramsdale has to do better there. Shouldn't be playing out the ball out the back for me, but Southampton have done that all season. Even under Russell Martin, they did that.
Yeah, I think if Southampton could finish, they'd have won by 2 or 3 goals.
They look better, though, don't they?
They look much better under Juric, absolutely. Yeah. They look much better, and they just need that composure in the final third. But what did alarm me about Manchester United is what worries me ahead of Brighton, which is that they turn up for the big teams. If you look at the last 10, 11 games, they turned up against City, they turned up against Arsenal in the FA Cup, they turned up against Liverpool because their fans demanded it of them.
Then Wolves and Bournemouth, no.
Wolves, Bournemouth, Newcastle, they were slaughtered at home. And you look at Brighton, they've lost 5 of the last 6 against Brighton. And I think as far as Brighton are concerned, with the players to finish those chances that they will create, I can see this being another home defeat. Now, the question has to be, why can't these United players in midfield, at the back, get the same level of desire and hunger and organisation that they had?
I'm with you. It's perplexing, really. And, you know, Amorim did say after the Liverpool and the Arsenal games that, OK, that's fine, but the pressure is now more on these players for Southampton because there's an expectation there, which there wasn't maybe against the other 2 games in the Cups, right? But to come off with losing every duel for a lot of that game. De Ligt came on the programme when I was covering that match, and he said we were losing all our duels. They were intense. Yeah. But the question is why? Where was the desire and commitment that should have been
it's
there?
difficult because it was only a few days ago they had that desire and commitment, but I'm not making excuses, but there were changes within the team. Harry Maguire, I think, has been unbelievable. Yeah. You know, and a player that's really redeemed himself and come back from those tough moments. And Euro started in that game. So there's a few things. I like Ugarte as well. I think he's got something. He reminds me of Ander Herrera when he was at Man United. But I do think, you know, Ruben Amorim, for me, no doubt, is the right person because for the first time in 3 or 4 years, I'm seeing Manchester United having a pattern of play, what they're trying to do. People might look and think, why is Ahmad playing fullback? You know, in that wing-back position. But I like what Ruben Amorim is doing. Manchester United had no identity for 3 or 4 years. And you will lose games, no doubt.
Would you worry for them if Ahmad was injured?
Yeah, I do worry for Manchester United, but it's not... Like I said, Ruben has him on the bench against the big teams for some reason. Now, I know coaches love to have an impact player coming off the bench. Manchester United, these players, I think Ruben is maximising them. They still need to get better players. These players, I've no doubt within the next kind of couple of years, they won't be there, a lot of them, because Ruben will bring in players that fits his style and system.
One of those players, where there's a question mark over their future, Alejandro Garnacho, who started in the game against Southampton, consecutive games now for him, and he's not had that luxury this season. He's been linked with Chelsea. Darren, can you shed any light on this?
Yeah, Chelsea like him. They like his skill set. They like his versatility. He can score goals. He's had his issues with Amorim, of course, who called him out as being one of the players that he felt didn't meet the standards that he'd set for the club since his arrival. I actually think he will go to Napoli. Napoli are hugely interested in him. They've got another player from Manchester United, Scott McTominay. He's helped them to get into and stay in the title race in Italy. And I think they'll actually win that title race as well. Garnacho, around about £45 million, I think he's going to go there.
You think he will?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, wow.
I don't like that, you know. I know we've got to move on, but I don't like Garnacho moving on. He's so quickly, and he's been at Manchester United his whole life.
He has, yeah.
I didn't say nothing. I will tell you tomorrow that he has to rest, eat good food to prepare that Sunday. We need them again. He did a great job. It's a great moment for a young kid to score an hat-trick for a club like this, but he needs to focus on the next match because this is already in the past, and prepare the next game.
Did you think he or your team were capable of doing that when you get to 80 minutes and you win the game?
You always believe. I have to believe, but with the chance that, for example, Anthony misses, then you have that feeling that let's go again. A difficult night with our fans, and everything is so fresh. The 3 losses that we have, but we managed to turn things around, and in the end, we didn't do a good job. A good game, but if you look for all the opportunities, I think we deserve the win, but we have to improve a lot.
Jamie.
You said ahead of this game you would learn more about your players than the previous 2 games. But having seen that, you're not very concerned because you seem panicky, lack of composure, a bit desperate. Is that not a big?
Yeah, it's not. I think it's not panic. In the first half, we were too late to every ball, and we tried to press a little bit high, and we suffered with that. Mateus between the lines, dribbling between the lines, Suleimani with the pace. It's a different game from Liverpool and Arsenal. We have to stretch the team more. We let Lenny all the time 1 against 1, with more spaces to cover, and we suffer more. So I think it's not panic. We need, and I need to understand the game. Why we suffer in these kind of games and not in sometimes in the big games where we are more compact, more near the ball when we win the ball. So I pay attention to all the things, and this game was not the lack of effort. They try it, but Ugarte was really tired since the first minute, and you feel it when he ran for the ball and tried to receive the ball. All that stuff, and so I look at the game, try to understand the game, to improve my players and to help the team to be better.
But why is he tired? And I think you said generally your players are tired because they're the top professionals. Yeah. Surely he should be able to, not be tired.
I don't know. I need to improve the training. Sometimes the recovery of the players. I don't know. I have to help them. But after these 2 games were really hard on the team, and sometimes we are tired, not just the body but the mind. But like I said, it's a different game. We have to press more. The space is bigger. We are discomfortable in the game, and then if we don't manage the ball for so long, we suffer, and we feel it in the first half. Southampton left 3 against 3 in the back, and we couldn't use that space. We lost the duel, so I understand the game. I can see the game. I will watch it, and I will try to help the team improve.
Laurie.
Stu Ratcliffe was in the stands tonight. Have you had a chance to speak to him during his trip there?
Yes, I had 5 minutes with him to talk about different things about the game. It was not a good game, but in the end the result helped the conversation. So we continue doing our job. It's a really difficult moment, but today was more important the win. I know the fans want to see so much better football than this. I want to see so much better football than this, but we need time. And like I said in the first days here, to win time we need to win games. We did that today, not in a good fashion, but we managed to win, and we're going to prepare the next game.
So the pass from Ericsson to Ahmad for second goal was just fabulous. Would he get more opportunity to play in the future?
Depend of the players, the work that they do. He has the quality to do that kind of passes, and we need all the players to win games. So 10 minutes or 19 minutes, all the players are important to change the course of this season.
Last question.
Hi Ruben, Ollie from BBC Sport here. Ahmad's hat-trick, 22 years old, 6 goals, 6 assists. What does that do for his confidence, but also the confidence of the whole club?
The important thing is to win, and he helps us to win. Then he's doing a very good season. So, and that's it. I already spoke about this. We have to be careful with the young kids. It was a really good job today. He has a lot to improve. But this game is in the past. We need to prepare the future in the game. In football, the life is like this. So, congratulations to him, to all the team. He enjoyed tonight. It's a very good moment, and he needs to appreciate these moments. But tomorrow he's going to recover, and we have to prepare the next game.
And since coming into the club, since you've arrived here, have you put any expectations on any particular player at all?
No, and all the players. I have the biggest expectations for all. I'm trying to be really demanding with them, and in the other side of that problem, I also understand when they try it, but they cannot do it. I understand when the pressure of playing at home sometimes is harder than playing away. I understand that sometimes the demands of controlling the game, all the game against this opponent, sometimes is harder than to face a big team with zero expectation from everybody. So I understand this kind of details, and I will try to help them to be better players and better team.
And you mentioned controlling the game. How are you going to take this to the next game?
It's improving what we did wrong in this game. Is a different game. Today was a game man-to-man. The next game is going to be a completely different game with a different team, with a different coach. So I will try to explain in one day what kind of team we are going to face, what we need to improve, and try to reduce that to two things. And that's it, to try to win the next game.
Ruben Amorim has warned Manchester United's campaign will continue to be a rollercoaster as players try to adjust to his system mid-season. It took a stunning 12-minute hat-trick from Amad Diallo for United to come from behind late on and beat Premier League basement boys Southampton 3-1 on Thursday night, after a first half in which the optimism from good recent results away to Liverpool and Southampton threatened to disappear. Even in victory, the need for a late fight-back left big questions for United given they were up against a side with only 6 points from 21 Premier League games, on course for the worst campaign in league history. Amorim, whose warning in early December that the storm will come for United preceded a run of 6 defeats in 8, admitted after Thursday's victory that more ups and downs are inevitable. "I think it's going to be hard until the end of the season," Amorim said. "It's going to be a little bit that roller coaster. Then it depends on the time you have to train. We are still in the Cup and we have UEFA games for the Europa League. Then it's important also to focus on next Thursday when Rangers visit Old Trafford to win and to try to be in that top 8. In that way you can take 2 games from the schedule and have a full week, so we are trying to do everything at the same time. We had 7 trainings together in 15 games. It's really hard, but we have to continue and try to win it. Sometimes playing good, sometimes playing bad. We will try to win games." Amorim bluntly admitted United did not play well against the Saints, and suggested a number of players in his squad were tired, mentioning by name the big-money summer signing Manuel Ugarte, whose own goal late in the first half put Southampton on top. With Brighton at Old Trafford on Sunday before next week's clash with Rangers, there is no easing in the schedule for players to recover. Asked if it was a concern that a player who could cost United $50 million was struggling to meet the demands of the schedule, Amorim said the players will get used to that. "In trying to be honest with you guys, I talk openly about the game. You are focused on what I said about Ugarte. Ugarte was tired because he did a great job against Liverpool. If you look at the game against Arsenal, maybe Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes were the best players against Liverpool. They didn't play against Newcastle. I think that happens with all players in the Premier League." Thursday was another night without a goal for Rasmus Højlund, who was replaced by Joshua Zirkzee after 53 minutes. The Dane had set up a glorious chance, which was spurned by Alejandro Garnacho to leave Højlund kicking a post in frustration, but otherwise struggled to impose himself on one of the worst defences in the top flight, and remained stuck on 2 league goals for the campaign. "I think it's a team problem," Amorim said. "You can see it, it's not just from now, it's from the past, so we have clearly a lack of goals and a lack of threat. When you threaten the opponents maybe don't press you so high. So everything is connected. All the players have moments in this season. I think when we started this journey together, Rasmus was the player that was always scoring. So he can come back in the next game, we will see. But I think it's more a team problem than a Rasmus problem."